Hare Krishna. Pratik Prabhu, can you hear me?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes,
Okay,
yes, Prabhuji.
okay. We, second. Mm, yeah, I somehow see that one. Portrait lighting. Okay, it's better, I think now. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashta Prayeshu Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nishtagi Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devakinandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः तप्ता काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So today we will read chapter 43 from the 10th canto. Krishna kills the elephant Kuvalayapida. I can share the text here. Let me know if you can see. And also please bear with my system is quite slow today. You're able to see it, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Shri Sukha Uvacha Atah Krishnascha Ramascha Krita Parantapa Malladundubi Shrutva Drashtum Upeyatuhu. Shukadeva Goswami said, O chastiser of enemies, Krishna and Balarama, having executed all necessary purification, they heard the kettle drums resounding at the wrestling arena, and they went there to see what was happening. Rangadvara Samasadya Tasminnagam Avastitam Apasyat Kuvalayapidam Krishnam Bhashta Prachoditam. When Lord Krishna reached the entrance to the arena, he saw the elephant Kuvalayapida blocking his way at the urging of his keeper. Badva Parikraman Saurich, sorry, Badva Parikaram Saurihi Samuhya Kutilalakan Uvacha Hastipam Vacha Meghanada Gabhiraya. Securely binding up his clothes and tying back his curly locks, Lord Krishna addressed the elephant keeper with the words as grave as the rumbling of a cloud. Ambastambastamargam now dehaparka apakrama machiram nachetsa kunjaram twadya nayami yama sadhanam. Lord Krishna said, O driver, move aside at once and let us pass. If you don't, this very day I will send both you and your elephant to the abode of Yamaraj. Evam nirbhartis. Sorry, 1 second. Let me increase the brightness. Okay. एवं निर्भर्तिसितो अम्बस्ता कुपितः कोपितं गजं चोदयाम् आस कृष्णाय कालातक यमोपमम्. Thus threatened, the elephant keeper became angry. He goaded his furious elephant, who appeared equal to time, death, and Yamaraj, into attacking Lord Krishna. करीन्द्रस्तम् अभिद्युत्य करेण तरसा गृहीत करात् विगलितः सोमुं निहत्यान्ग्रीष्व अलीयत. The lord of the elephants charged Krishna and violently seized him with his trunk. But Krishna slipped away and struck him a blow and disappeared from his viewing among his legs. संक्रुद्धस्तं अचक्षाणो घ्राणदृष्टिः स केशवं परांश्रित पुष्करेण स प्रसह्य विनिर्गतः. Infuriated at being unable to see Lord Keshava, the elephant sought him out with his sense of smell. Once again, Kuvalayapida seized the Lord with the end of his trunk, only to have the Lord forcefully free himself. पुच्चे प्रगृह्णाति बलं धनुषः पञ्चविंशतिं विचकर्ष यथा नागं सुपर्ण इव लीलया. Lord Krishna then grabbed the powerful Kuvalayapida by the tail and playfully dragged him 25 bow lengths as easily as Garuda might drag a snake. सपर्यावर्तमानेन सव्य दक्षिणतो अच्युतः बभ्राम भ्राम्यमानेन गोवत्सेनेव बालकः. As Lord Achyuta held on to the elephant's tail, the animal tried to twist away to the left and to the right, making the Lord swerve in opposite direction, as a young boy would swerve when pulling a calf by the tail. ततोऽभिकमम् अभ्येत्य पाणिना हत्यवारणं प्राद्रव्यं पातयाम् आस स्पृश्यमानः पदे पदे. Krishna then came face to face with the elephant and slapped him and ran away. Kuvalayapida pursued the Lord, managing to touch him again and again with each step, but Krishna outmaneuvered the elephant and made him trip and fall. सधावन् क्रीडया भूमौ पतित्वा सहसोत्थितः तं मत्वा पतितं क्रुद्धो दण्डाभ्यां सोऽहनत् क्षितिम्. As Krishna dodged about, he playfully fell on the ground and quickly got up again. The raging elephant, thinking Krishna was down, tried to go him with his tusks but struck the earth instead. स्वविक्रमे प्रतिहते कुञ्जरेन्द्रोऽति अमर्षितः चोद्यमानो महामात्रैः कृष्णम् अभ्यद्रवदृशा. His prowess foiled, the lordly elephant Kuvalayapida went into a frenzied rage out of frustration. But the elephant keepers goaded him on, and he furiously charged Krishna once again. तम आपतन्तं आसाद्य भगवान् मधुसूदनः निगृह्य पाणिना हस्तं पातयाम् आस भूतले. The Supreme Lord, killer of the demon Madhu, confronted the elephant as he attacked. Seizing his trunk with one hand, Krishna threw him to the ground. पतितस्य पदाक्रम्य मृगेन्द्र इव लीलया दन्तम् उत्पात्य तेनेभं हस्तिपां चाहनद्धरिः. Lord Hari then climbed onto the elephant with ease of a mighty lion, pulled out a tusk, and with it killed the beast and his keepers. मृतकं द्विपम् उत्सृज्य दन्तपाणिः समाविशत् हंसन्यस्त विषणो विषणो बिन्दुभिरङ्कितः विरूढ स्वेदकणिका वदनाम्बुरुः बभोः. Leaving the dead elephant aside, Lord Krishna held onto the tusk and entered the wrestling arena. With the tusk resting on his shoulder, drops of the elephant's blood and sweat sprinkled all over him, and his lotus face covered with fine drops of his own perspiration, the Lord shone with great beauty. वृतो गोपैकतिपयैर्बलदेव जनार्दनो रङ्गं विविशतु राजन् गजदण्डवरायुधो. My dear king, Lord Balaram and Lord Janardana, each carrying one of the elephant's tusks as his chosen weapon, entered the arena with several cowhead boys. मल्लानाम् असनैर्नृणां नरवरः स्त्रीणां स्मरो मूर्तिन्मान् गोपानं स्वजनो सतां क्षितिपूजा शास्तास्वपित्रो शिशुः मृत्युर्भोजपतेर्विराड् अभिदुषां तत्त्वं परं योगिनां वृष्णीनां परदेवतेन Vidito Rangam Gatah Sagrajaha. The various groups of people in the arena regarded Krishna in different ways when he entered it with his elder brother. The wrestlers saw Krishna as a lightning bolt, the men of Mathura as the best of the males, the women as Cupid in person, the cowherd men as their relative, the impious rulers as a chastiser, his parents as their child, the king of the Bojas as death, the unintelligent as the Supreme Lord's universal form, the yogis as the absolute truth, and the Vrishnis as their supreme worshipable deity. हतं कुवलया पीडं दृष्ट्वा ताव अपि दुर्जयो कंसो मनस्यपि तदा वृषम् उद्विविजे नृप. When Kamsa saw that Kuvalayapida was dead and the two brothers were invincible, he was overwhelmed with anxiety, O king. तौ रेजतु रङ्गगतो महाभुजौ विचित्र वेषाभरणस्रग् अम्बरौ यथा नठाौ उत्तमवेषधारिणौ मनःक्षिपन्तौ प्रभया निरीक्षताम्. Arrayed with variegated ornaments, garlands, and garments, just like a pair of excellently costumed actors, the two mighty armed lords shone splendidly in the arena. Indeed, they overpowered the minds of all onlookers with their effulgences. निरीक्षता उत्तमपुरुषौ जना मञ्चस्थिता नागर राष्ट्रका नृप प्रहर्ष वेगोत्कलिते क्षणाननाः पपुर्नतृप्ता नयनैस्तद् आननम्. O king, as the citizens of the city and the people from outlying districts gazed upon those two supreme personalities from their seats in the galleries, the force of the people's happiness caused their eyes to open wide and their faces to blossom. They drank in the vision of Lord's faces without becoming satiated. Pibanta iva chakshurбhyam lihanta iva jihvaya jigranta iva nasabhyam श्लिष्यन्त इव बाहुभिः ऊचुः परस्परं ते वै यथा दृष्टं यथा श्रुतं तद्रूपगुणः माधुर्यं प्रागल्भ्य स्मारित इव. The people seemed to be drinking Krishna and Balaram with their eyes, licking them with their tongues, smelling them with their nostrils, and embracing them with their arms. Reminded of Lord's beauty, character, charm, and bravery, the members of the audience began describing these features to one another according to what they had seen and heard. हेतो भगवतः साक्षात् धरेर्नारायणस्य हि अवतीर्णाव इहांसेन वसुदेवस्य वेश्मनि. The people said, "These two boys are certainly expansions of the Supreme Lord Narayana who have descended to this world in the home of Vasudeva. Esha vai kila devakyam jato nitascha gokulam kalameva vasadgudho vivruddhe nandaveshmani." This one, Krishna, took birth from Mother Devaki and was brought to Gokula, where he has remained concealed all this time, growing up in the house of King Nanda. पूतनानेन नीतान्तं चक्रवासश्च अर्जुनो गुह्यकः केशी धेनुकोऽन्ये च तद्विदाः. He made Putana and the whirlwind demon meet with death, pulled down the twin Arjuna trees, and killed Shankachuda, Keshi, Dhenuka, and similar demons. Gavah sapala etena दावाग्ने परिमोचिता कालियो दमितः सर्प इन्द्रश्च विमदः कृतः सप्ताहम् एकहस्तेन धृतोऽध्रिप्रवरो मुना वर्षवातासनिभश्च परित्रातं च गोकुलम्. He saved the cows and the cowheads from a forest fire and subdued the serpent Kaliya. He removed Lord Indra's false pride by holding up the best of the mountains with one hand for an entire week, thus protecting the inhabitants of Gokula from rain, wind, and hail. गोप्योऽस्य नित्यमुदित हसिता प्रेक्षणं मुखं पश्यन्त्यो विविधां तापां तरन्ति स्माश्रमं मुदा. The gopis overcame all kinds of distress and experienced great happiness by seeing his face, which is always cheerful with smiling glances and ever free of fatigue. वदन्तनेन वंशोऽयं यदोऽसु बहु विश्रुतः श्रियं यशो महत्त्वं च लप्स्यते परिरक्षितः. It is said that under his full protection the Yadu dynasty will become extremely famous and attain wealth, glory and power. अयं चास्याग्रजः श्रीमान् रामः कमललोचनः प्रलम्बो निहतो येन वत्सको ये वाकादयः. This lotus-eyed elder brother of his, Lord Balarama, is the proprietor of all transcendental opulences. He has killed Pralamba, Vatsaka, Baka, and other demons. जनेष्व एवं भ्रुवानेषु तूर्येषु निनदस्सु च कृष्णरामो समाभास्य चाणूरो वाक्यम् अब्रवीत्. While the people talked in this way and the musical instruments resounded, the wrestler Chanur addressed Krishna and Balaram with the following words. हे नन्दसूनो हे राम भवन्तौ वीरसम्मतौ नियुद्ध कुशलौ श्रुत्वा राज्ञा हूतौ दिदृक्षुना. Chanura said, O son of Nanda, O Rama, you two are well respected by courageous men and are both skillful at wrestling. Having heard of your prowess, the king has called you here, wanting to see for himself. प्रियं राज्ञा प्रकुर्वत्य श्रेयो विन्दति वै प्रजाः मनसा कर्मणा वाचा विपरीतम् अथोऽन्यथा. Subjects of the king who try to please him with their thoughts, acts, and words are sure to achieve good fortune, but those who fail to do so will suffer with the opposite fate. Nityam pramudita gopa vatsa pala yata sputam वनेषु मल्लयुद्धेन क्रीडन्तश्चारयति चारयन्ति गाः. It is well known that cowhead boys are always joyful as they tend their calves, and that the boys playfully wrestle with each other while grazing their animals in various forests. तस्माद् राज्ञप्रियं यूयं वयं च करवामहे भूतानि नः प्रसीदन्ति सर्वभूतमयो नृपः. Therefore, let's do what the king wants. Everyone will be pleased with us, for the king embodies all living beings. तन्निशम्याब्रवीत् कृष्णो देशकालोचितं वचः नियुद्धम् आत्मनोभीष्टं मन्यमानोऽभिनन्द्य च. Hearing this, Lord Krishna, who liked to wrestle and welcomed the challenge, replied with words appropriate to the time and place. प्रजाभोजपतेरस्य वयं चापि वनेचराः करवाम प्रियं नित्यं तन्नः परम् अनुग्रहः. Lord Krishna said, although forest dwellers, we are also subjects of the Bhoja king. We must gratify his desires, for such behavior will confer upon us the greatest benefit. Bala vayam tulya balaihi kridisyamamo yathochitam bhaven niyuddham adharmah sprashen malla sabhasada. We are just young boys and should play with those of equal strength. The restless match must go on properly so that irreligion does not attaint the respectable members of the audience. Chanura uvacha na balo na kishorastvam balascha balinam varaha leelayebhyo hatonena sahasradvipa sattva. Chanura said, you aren't really a child or even a young man, and neither is Balarama, the strongest of the strong. After all, you playfully killed an elephant who had the strength of 1,000 other elephants. तस्माद् भवद्भ्यां बलिभिर्योद्धव्यं नानयोत्र वै मयि विक्रम वार्ष्णेय बलेन स मुष्टिकः. Therefore, you too should fight powerful wrestlers. Okay. There's certainly nothing unfair about it. You, O descendant of Vrishni, can show your prowess against me, and Balaram can fight with Mushtika. Yep, this ends this chapter 43 in the 10th canto, entitled Krishna Kills the Elephant Kuvalayapida. So, we get an opportunity here to understand the real intention of why Kamsa is calling Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. It was not for an invitation, a royal invitation or a royal reception for Krishna Balaram in the palace of Mathura so that they can see this bow sacrifice. No, that was not the main purpose. The purpose is to somehow bring him home in his palace with his all strengths. He can kill Krishna. That was the plan. One second. Okay. I'm referring to the purpose. So overall, we can see that right from the first verse, we can see Sridhar Swami explains the word Krita Sauchau, having executed all necessary purification. Krita means activity, Saucha means purification. As follows, 2 days previously, Krishna and Balaram had executed their purification, their relief from offense by performing heroic deeds. Uh, the Lord reasoned, even after we have made our power known by breaking the bow and by performing other feats, our parents have still not secured freedom. Kamsa is again trying to kill them. Therefore, although he is our maternal uncle, it will not be wrong for us to kill him. They assured their offenselessness by this reason. Here, this is what it means. So, Krishna and Balram, after doing that purification, the purification is not just of cleaning the hands, mouth, and taking a bath. It is the killing of those miscreants. In this case, when people came to attack, when they broke this bow, then the kettle drums heard, and then they heard about the wrestling. And meanwhile, this uh, Lord is understanding. Oh, it didn't stop there. Now, all of a sudden, Kamsa is inviting everyone to come to the wrestling arena. So, Krishna and Balram internally they are thinking, oh, now I think Kamsa will not stop torturing or punishing or subduing us or our parents. So we should act. So when Lord Krishna reached the entrance of the arena, then Kuvalayapida stopped him. The elephant keeper revealed his malicious intent by blocking Lord Krishna's entrance into the arena. He thought by doing so he can win, but it didn't work. So Krishna addressed the keeper with very strong words. In the purport, it is mentioned Krishna also obviously got prepared for the fight. And according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the Lord put aside his jacket, tightened his belt, and tied back his hair. All this shows that uh, Lord didn't move inch back, but actually was preparing for what was actually invited. So, and then the driver, Krishna said, driver, hey, move away. Otherwise, I'll send you to the place where Yamaraj stays. Thus threatened the elephant keeper. He became even more angry, and he started forcing the elephant to go and attack Krishna by using the god, this rod, and poking uh, um, on the head of elephant, and so that it can attack Krishna. Uh, so, and then this Kuvalayapida charged Krishna and violently seized him with his trunk. Here is interesting. So, but Krishna slipped away. Purport says, Lord Krishna struck the elephant with his fist and then disappeared among his legs. It was not that, okay, yeah, Lord should face from the front. Why is he doing all these things? No, he indeed has hit the elephant. And then this is an art, yeah, martial art in the sense how to subdue an elephant. He is to hit and confuse it by going between the legs. Yeah, and Krishna did that. Infuriated by being unable to see Keshava, the elephant sought him out with his sense of smell, and Kuvalapida once again, with the help of the trunk, it captured Krishna. Krishna allowed the elephant to seize him. In the purport, we get the details, so that the beast would be encouraged to keep fighting. Once Kuvalayapida has thus become proud, Krishna again thwarted him with his superior potency. So, this is also the plan of Krishna, that he disappeared and made himself available so that the elephant can seize him, so that it feels proud. See now, and when out of pride, when the elephant becomes, yeah, not carried away, but actually thinks, so I think it is an easy task for me. At that time, Krishna once again attacked. And when Krishna went back, he took the tail of the elephant, pulled it, and yeah, it moved 25 bow lengths. Let me check if there is a measurement of this. What does a bow length means? Mm, bow length. Bow length. I don't see. Sorry. Verse number 43. 9. Okay. Um, mm, 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 is this 9? No, 8. Okay. Yeah. Mm, yeah. This means Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is giving, dragged him as far as length of 20 bows of 100 hands. So it is measured into 100 hands. Yeah, when we measure from the, we saw elbow, right? This is the bow. So one is 100 of such is a bow length. At that time, it is implied the elephant could not maintain any sort of stability. Sridhar Swami says he took him, dragging him the distance of 25 bow lengths, Dhanusham. Uh, he dragged him like whom dragging what? Himself like Garuda dragging the elephant who is like a snake. Hmm. So in that way he dragged, and then as Lord Achyuta held onto the elephant who tried to turn away to the left and right, he was pulled. So as if like when a child in a playful mood is holding the tail of a calf, and when calf is running here and there, then the child is also unable to balance. He will be rocking left to right, right to the left. So Sridhar Swami is saying the verse beginning Saparyavartamanena means when he would turn around to right to grab hold of Krishna, who was holding onto his tail, the elephant would turn make him swerve to the left. And when he turns to the left, then he would make him go to the right. Thus, Krishna moved about together with the elephant, just as a boy, namely the same Krishna, or some other boy, would be moved about by a calf. So, so in this way, just it's mentioned the tato abhimukham abhyetya. Turning towards the elephant's face, Krishna slapped him and then ran away wildly. This is a sense of teasing, and of course, at the same time, Krishna causing it pain. Kuvalayapida pursued the Lord and managed to touch him again and again with each step, but Krishna fooled him with his maneuvers, causing the elephant to trip and fall. So, in this way, the Lord was running excellently in all directions, and the elephant was also following it. But finally, it couldn't, because of lack of that swiftness of Krishna. It finally fell down. This is to say, he ran, fooling him in such a way as to make him fall down. So this Srila Vishnu Chakrabarti Thakur is saying this is another displaying another sport by the Lord. He let go of the tail, but now he started running here and there, mildly striking him, teasing, and which was now begun would not be carried to its completion. 1 second. If he gave him a proper blow, it would kill him immediately, and the game would just come to an end. So rather to bring this business quickly, Krishna was prolonging it so that this game this is enjoyed. He was running only a little speed. He was showing himself to be running away in order to make the elephant to feel more encouraged. Thus, being touched by him at each step, he made him fall down. To make him fall down, he himself repeatedly slipped as if he were unable to run. Yeah. And Krishna, as he ran about, pretended to fall down on the ground and immediately got up again. This infuriated the elephant, tried to gore him with his tusks, but ended up striking the earth instead. So, when the elephant saw that Krishna was on the floor when he slipped, so now it wanted to pierce Krishna's body with its tusks. So, but by the time it came, Krishna already got up and moved from the place. And in this case, hmm, it is said the furthermore the verse beginning Sadhanava, the form is equivalent to is said in order to make the elephant get hit very hard on the hard stone ground, he showed himself falling down, but by his swiftness avoided showing himself getting up. This is stated in the verse beginning Sah. Uh, so, thinking him fallen, he tried to kill him, but he simply struck the earth. Falling down on his knees, he dug into the earth. The reason for this, which is falling, his falling to strike Krishna, is that at the very fraction of a moment, he was hurling his tusk. Krishna got up and moved to another spot. Therefore, the phrase Sahasottaha is used in accordance to the definition atarkiteti sahasa. The word sahasa means can be used in the sense of inconceivable. We know sahasa, yeah, and this sahasa is coming from that atarkiteta sahasa. And it went further. His prowess then thwarted, and the lordly elephant Kuvalayapida felt extremely frustrated. The elephant keeper then spurred him on the run toward Krishna with ferocity, and then they confronted the Supreme Lord, killer of demon, confronted the elephant as he attacked. Firmly taking hold of his trunk with one hand, he threw him to the ground. Hmm. And then it went further. Lord Hari put his foot on the elephant, climbing upon him with ease, just like a mighty lion. Then he pulled out his tusk and used it to kill him and his keepers. Again, no commentaries for that. Then Mritakam Dvipam Utsrujya Dantapanihi Panihi Samavita Amsa Nyasta Vishano Sro Mada Bindubhir. Okay, this is telling about the blood that was coming from the elephant tusk which were pulled out, the perspiration of Krishna, all looked in all these things. The Lord looked very beautiful. Mm. And Sridhar Swami is saying he entered the arena and at that time he shone with beauty of a hero. How did he appear? With the elephant's tusks placed on his shoulder, marked all over. This elephant tusk is not so light, it's pretty heavy. Uh, but yeah, as a Kshatriyas carry, so with great valor he carried, marked all over with drops of blood and the fluid excited elephants excrete from their foreheads. Mother. What is this called? When the elephants become very intoxicated, they release a liquid called rut. Mm, yeah, and that was coming out, and with his lotus face characterized by exuding small drops of perspiration. So in this way, these drops look like just like drops of fog. His form shone with beauty of the mood of heroism. Veera Rasa Veera Rasa Riya. Let me see what is the verse. One second, please. Veera verse. Veera. कृतकं द्वीपम् उत्सृज्य दन्तपाणि समाविशत् अंसन्यस्त विषण्णोऽस्मि विरूढ स्वेदकणिका वदनाम्बुरुः बलौ. I don't know where is this Veera is. Virudha, sorry. Virudha is a heroic. Sweda. The word I was looking for is Sweda. Mm, 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 yeah. So then further, it said, my dear king, accompanied by a number of cowherd boys, the Lord Balaram and Lord Janardana, each equipped with one of the elephant's tusks, entered the arena. This is fine. Sridhar Swami says, and he did not enter merely alone, but surrounded by cowherd boys. Huh? Amsa Nyasta Vishanaya means with the elephant's tusk placed on his shoulder, he entered. There is this. Then we continue from 17th. And Mallanam Ayanar. When Krishna entered the arena with his elder brother, the various classes present there all recognized him in different ways. This is very nice. Glorification of Krishna when he was entering by not himself, but not only his cowherd boys, but everyone who were there. They heard about his glories right from the childhood. The wrestlers saw him as a lightning bolt, the men as the best of males, the women as Cupid in person, cowherds as their own relative, and the impious kings as the agent of their punishment. His his parents as their infant child, the king of Bhojas as death, the unintelligent as the Supreme Lord's material universal form, the yogis as the absolute truth, and the Vrishnis as their supreme worshipable deity. Huh. There are 10 different moods. I don't know. Pratik Prabhu, yesterday we were discussing why Narsingadev become angry. In that context, we discussed about the moods. Here in is it Sridhar Swami is mentioning this. The particular moods manifest to the wrestlers and so on are enumerated one after another in the following verse. Raudradbhuta cha vigaro हास्यं वीर दया तथा भयंकर च भीभत्स अंतः शांत okay shanta sa prema bhakti bihi. So these are 10 kinds of moods. What are they? Raudra, fury, perceived by wrestlers, and then adbhuta. Adbhuta is wonderful. So the men found the let me read. what was that? The various classes present. Okay. The wrestlers thought, wow, it's furious. The men of the best, as the best of the males, Adbhuta. The women as Cupid. So again, coming back, conjugal attraction. Raudra, Adbhuta, cha, Sargaro. There is this verse I forgot. I can find out these 10 rasas. They call these are 10 rasas, and in that Raudra rasa, Adbhuta rasa, Sringara, I think. Yeah, I think Sringara Rasa. It is what is here is says conjugal attraction. The woman had conjugal attraction. Hasyam, uh, that was exhibited by the cowhead boys. Viro, chivalry, the kings. Tatha, Bhayanaka. Mercy is coming, felt by parents. Terror, Bhibatsa. Then gustliness, the unintelligent people felt, which is the universal form of the Lord. And then Shanta, peacefulness, which is neutral, is experienced by the yogis. And loving devotion, prema bhakti, is felt by Vrishnis. For the unintelligent, he is Virat, in that he is glowing spotlessly, Vikala, in an unappreciated manner. This indicates the mood of gustliness, and the spotlessness of his effulgence will be described later on in the words Qua Vajrasara Sarvagaro. So, in this way, now everyone could recollect the deeds of the Lord, and they were able to feel that mood. And yesterday I was saying that the Lord has these feelings and also his devotees or anyone, because he is the reservoir of feelings. Uh, so, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying, and now the Supreme Lord, who is declared in the Shruti to be the great original form of all rasas, Maharasa Swarupa, manifests himself there within the arena to the various different kinds of people present according to their particular mentalities. By describing this, it is demonstrated that he is the personified essential purport of all the Upanishads in this verse. So this verse is of so great importance on the part of the wrestlers such as Chanura, whose bodies are like mountains. He has been perceived as like lightning, such as logical sequence of words is to be construed throughout in this verse. The form is genitive case. I mean, there is this grammatical explanation where I'm not an expert in that. Um, Thus, even persons who were present in the same place there with him in the assembly saw him, they did not appreciate his true identity as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that means that what they experienced was not true rasa, but only rasa bhasa. For that to understand, yeah, rasa abhas means shadow, uh, a tinge or a shadow of the reality which is not real. Rasa bhasa, rasa is actually the feeling, rasa bhasa is a confused expression or a feeling. So now I have to, sorry, read again this then. The form, even though his body is extremely tender, cool, and gentle, he is perceived by the wrestlers whose minds are contaminated by envy, as if his body were lightning. This is what. So, Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur is saying the Lord, who is very soft and tender and cool, but for wrestlers he appeared like lightning, like fire. This is one example given. This is similar to the way persons whose sense of taste is distorted by bilious imbalance consider a sugar candy ball to be very bitter, which means one who is suffering with jaundice, when he eats a sugar candy, he thinks this sugar is bitter. Why? It is not that the sugar is not sweet or sugar is bitter. It is the person is not. Similarly, the wrestlers, it, they couldn't feel the Lord as He is. They felt Him, oh, it's too hard to handle. Thus, every person who were present in the same place there, with him in the assembly saw him, they did not appreciate his true identity as the supreme personality of Godhead. And that means that what they experienced was not true rasa. And it goes further. As I said, this purport is this verse is very elaborately discussed, shared by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. For the men, those of Mathura, who because of being free from envy were from their very birth endowed with a generalized mood of pure love, he appeared as the best of men, as the most excellent by his amazing qualities, pastimes and activities and so on, which are extraordinary among mankind. These men of Mathura, whose minds were situated in pure goodness, appreciated his true identity of the best of males, and thus their experience was in the mood of astonishment, Vismaya, in the mood of Vismaya Rasa. Okay. And now for the woman, the young woman distinguished from his mother and so on, he appeared as Cupid. This indicates that since lust focus upon Krishna is not mundane, and since these women, being residents of Mathura, possessed pure love of God, consequently they appreciated his true identity as the original Cupid, so that among them he manifested the mood of conjugal affection, Ujjwala Rasa. Huh? By the use of the word Murtiman in this context, applied as modifying adjective, is subtly implied that this particular Swarupa is the original from which the others expand. Uh, um, I don't know what is. There are some special characters here, because of font issues. That's why I can't identify quickly. For the cowherd men, he appeared as their relative. Oh, let me see for this if one second. 17, please. 17. What is the okay? Purport 17. Yes, yeah. Purport 17. To some extent, we have something in the purport in the Veda base. Raudro Adbhutascha Sringaro. I was right. So Raudro Adbhutascha Sringaro Hasyam Viro Daya Tatha Bhayanakascha Bhibatsaha Shanta Sa Prema Bhakti Kaha. So these are the 10 rasas. Yeah. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur points out that the people like the wrestlers, Kamsa, and impious rulers perceived Krishna as dangerous, angry, or threatening because they failed to understand the actual position of the Lord. Actually, Lord Krishna is everyone's friend and well-wisher, but because we rebel against him, he chastises us, and thus we may perceive him as threatening. Krishna or God is actually merciful, and when he punishes us, that is also his mercy. Uh, that is what Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying. We covered the rasas, Virya rasa. Yeah. The impious king saw them, and that is Veera rasa, and then the the Lord's elders saw, such as Devaki, Vasudeva, and Nanda, saw him as an infant, which makes them exemplar of parents and compassionate affection. The Lord's enemies, headed by Kamsa, saw him as death, making them examples of the mood of Bhayanaka or fear. And unintelligent persons saw him as the material Virat Rupa. This exemplifies the rasa of gustliness. The yogis saw him as the supreme Brahman, as the example of neutrality, and the Yadus saw him as their supreme deity, which makes the embodiment of the mood of servitude. Bhakti kaha. So, okay, we move. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Oh, yeah. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in this connection, he is saying, um, yeah, the one Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna Chandra. mm, mm, mhm. Yeah. So Yeah. Raso vai rasa, raso vai saha rasam hi evayam ladbhavanadi nandi bhavati. He himself is rasa, the taste of mellow of a particular relationship, and certainly one who achieves this rasa becomes anandi, filled with bliss. As per Taittiriya Upanishad. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur quotes a further verse, Vyatitya Bhavana Vatma Yes Chamatkara Bharabhu Hridi Sattvojvale Badham Swadate Sa Raso Matah. That which is beyond imagination, heavy with wonder, and relished in the heart, shining with goodness, such is known as rasa. This is the definition. Swadate sa raso mataha. Mata means opinion. What is the opinion here about rasa means that which is beyond imagination. Yeah. So that's why we have all these challenges. If people are asking how could Narsimhadev become so furious and even after killing Hiranyakashipu, why did he act so strangely that he has caused so much disturbance to the world? Beyond our imagination, heavy with wonder. Even devotees are surprised. In fact, when Mother Lakshmi went to approach Narsimhadev to pacify, she herself was in heavy of wonder. Oh, I have not seen such a fierce form of my Lord. And she couldn't move, proceed further. And relished in the heart, shining with goodness. But the devotees know definitely Lord has a plan. Yeah, we can see Prahlad Maharaj, he knows, yeah, the Lord is in fact still Lord. Such is known as rasa. So in this way, the Lord experiences rasas and the devotees experiences rasas in a good mood, and non-devotees experience in a different way. That's the summary here. As Srila Rupa Goswami elaborately explains in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, there are five main rasas: Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, and seven secondary rasas, which is amazement, humor, chivalry, compassion, fury, fear, and dread. Uh, this Raudra, Hasya, Bhibhatsa, Bhayanaka, Karuna, chivalry. Forgot that. Thus, although there are 12 rasas and the supreme object of them all is Sri Krishna himself. In other words, our love and affection are actually meant for Sri Krishna. Unfortunately, out of ignorance, we stubbornly try to squeeze happiness and love out of material relationships which are not directly connected to Krishna, and thus life becomes a constant frustration. The solution is simple: surrender to Krishna, love Krishna's devotees, and be happy forever. That is the end of this purport 17. And let's go further. Hatam kuvalaya pidam dristvata api durjayo kamso manasapi tada prisham udvije nripa. Udvija means anxiety. Kamsa became very anxiety to know that, oh, his Kumalaya Pida who thought that can kill Krishna, it didn't work. So, and just we go a little quicker. We go to this verse 21, 22. People seemed to be drinking Krishna and Balaram with their eyes, licking them with their tongues, smelling them with their nostrils, and embracing them with their arms. Sometimes we may ask this question: how can we absorb all our senses in the service of the Lord? We can see here people seem to be drinking Krishna and Balaram with their eyes. What does that mean? Just to be struck by seeing the darshan is actually you're drinking the darshan of the Lord. It means that the impressions are constantly like a nectar are flowing, so they don't even tend to close their eyes, licking them with their tongues. Huh? What does that mean? They felt, oh, it's so nice, sweet, so beautiful. It's as if like you want to taste. Smelling them with their nostrils. So all the best of the expressions that we have with our senses, they felt towards Krishna. Reminded of Lord's beauty, character, charm, and bravery, the members of the audience began describing these features to one another according to what they had seen and heard. Huh? So, naturally, those who assembled in Mathura for the wrestling festival had heard the latest news of Krishna's and Balaram's adventures in the city. how the Lord has broken sacrificial bow, defeated the police, killed the elephant Kuvalai, and now that the people were seeing Krishna and Balaram entering the arena, and they were discussing, oh, great, they have their greatest expectations were confirmed. Krishna is the embodiment of all beauty, fame, opulence, and therefore those assembled in the wrestling arena became fully satisfied by glorifying what they had heard. Hmm. And then, yeah, it is said that under his full protection, the Yadu dynasty will become extremely famous and attain wealth and glory and power. This is what they were all discussing, the people to one another. This lotus-eyed elder brother of his, Lord Balarama, is the proprietor of all transcendental opulences. He has killed Pralamba, Vatsaka, Baka, and other demons. Hmm? In the purport, it's mentioned. In fact, two of the demons mentioned here were killed by Krishna, not Balarama. The reason for this mistake is that as news of Krishna's exploits spread among ordinary people, the facts became somewhat muddled. The same tendency can be observed in the modern newspapers. So, this says that, I mean, we know that Balarama has killed only Pralamba Asura, also for a good reason. Yeah, when we come to that past time, we can discuss. So, Vatsaka, Bakasura, we know Bakasura. I think this week we were discussing about how Krishna killed Bakasura. After Agasura is killed, Bakasura came. Bakasura was killed by Krishna. At that time, Balram was not there. So, why the names came here is this is what happens, right? Sometimes when people are discussing among what has happened, sometimes the people, it is not Sukadev Goswami is saying this. The people are discussing like this, and they spoke that it is Balaram who killed Vatsasura and Bakasura. And purport Prabhupada is saying, or not Prabhupada, the servants of Prabhupada are writing, the same tendency can be observed in modern newspapers. Sometimes newspapers, writers, what do you call them? Hmm, press reporters, right? So they report something to make it exciting beyond what is real truth. And while the people talked in this way, the Chanur addressed Krishna and Balram. Chanur could not tolerate the audience was praising Krishna so highly. Therefore, he had to say something to the two brothers, and he said, "You two are well respected by the courageous men and are both skillful at wrestling. Having heard of your prowess, the king has called you here, wanting to see for himself." He indirectly teased, saying, "Hey, people are thinking you are great at wrestling, and that's why the king has brought you here, but can you really prove it?" Here, Chanur explains how the two brothers came to be expert as wrestlers. He said, Chanur is telling, it is well known that cowhead boys are always joyful as they tend their calves, and that the boys playfully wrestle. This playful wrestling, he's saying, with each other while grazing their animals in various forests. Hmm. Therefore, let's do what the king wants. Everyone will be pleased with us, for the king embodies all living beings. So, when the king is happy, we are happy. Let's get and start fighting. Chanur said, "You aren't really a child or even a young man, and neither is Balaram, the strongest of the strong. After all, you playfully killed an elephant who had the strength of 1,000 of other elephants. Therefore, you too should fight powerful wrestlers. There's certainly nothing unfair about that. You, O descendant of Rishnis, can show your prowess against me, and Balaram can fight with Mushtika." Hmm. So, in this way, Chanur took the initiative of kind of trying to provoke uh, Krishna to come and fight. uh, Tasmad means therefore. Bhavadbhyam balibhir yodhavyam nanayo atra vai mai vikrama varshneya balena saha mushtikaha. So you fight us, you come and fight us. Sridhara Swami is saying, with strong persons like myself, he says, Anaya means irreligion. Show your prowess, Vikrama, with me, which is irreligious, he says, show your parakramam guru. Vikrama means parakrama guru. The implied thought by logical connection is Mushtika should be shown his prowess. Uh, there ends Sridhar Swami's commentary also on this chapter. Thank you very much for your time, and we are quite excited, isn't it? We want to see what happened between Mushtik and Shanur and wrestling arena, and then next week we will also already discuss the killing of Kamsa. Hmm, if I'm not wrong, I think so. Yeah, I think we will cover that, the killing of Kamsa, and yeah, I think next week we will cover this killing of the wrestlers and Kamsa. Thank you very much. Any thoughts? Something excited you? By the way, Pratik Prabhu, so yesterday's topic we were discussing about rasas came now.
Yes, Prabhuji. I have one small, not question, like inquisition, like when
Come more closer to the mic. It's a little hard to follow. Yeah, speak again.
Yes, Prabhuji. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. So when the people, it was mentioned like people were tasting and smelling. So was it after the battle or before the battle and after seeing the power, or was it a new form of?
No, no, there
Um,
is no change of form. As Krishna, after killing the elephant when he was entering the wrestling arena, that was the
mhm,
first time they could see Krishna. All the, yeah. So, whoever were present in the arena, they came not only from Mathura but from far out places, far out villages. Yeah, and people who have heard about Krishna's pastimes, childhood pastimes, and you know, like the greatness of Krishna, right? So they got the opportunity to see Krishna smeared with the blood of the elephant tusk and his own perspiration, and yeah, and all these things. When he entered inside, of course, everyone had their own way to see Krishna and feel him with what they have already impressions or thoughts about him. Yeah,
okay.
and yeah, so when Krishna entered, and it gave the opportunity for everyone. Yeah, just imagine uh, you are a fan of from which state are you? Maharashtra?
Maharashtra.
And you may have you're a fan of a great hero, and just imagine if the hero is entering, then what happens? You start connecting. Oh, in that movie, I appreciate. Oh, he looks like this. So something you will connect, and you start seeing him more and more, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I was really surprised when I think I was in 15 years or 16. I don't remember exactly. It happened to be somehow my uncle. He's a director, movie director, and that was his shooting day, and he invited all of us, and I went there. There was this superstar, Mahesh Babu.
Yes.
Yeah, and his father was there. Yeah, he was playing some lead role. I could see him. Yeah, I could just continue to stay him because I mean, yeah, he completely looked mm, different to the people who were around him. I mean, of course, I didn't had any admiration, anything, but I was just surprised to see, oh, he has really a big face, red face. It was totally different, yeah, and also special, definitely. And so, coming back to our Krishna, not the Krishna superstar, but the real Krishna, when he came into the arena at that time, then everyone was seeing, and they could recollect what they knew about Krishna, and they were able to connect. And because it is said the beauty of the Lord is so much that no one want to gaze out even for a moment. That's what is experienced. Some were always absorbing in seeing him, somewhere feeling, oh, how fragrant. Right? When, for example, when a nice fragrant rose is there and the wind is blowing, and then you get a chance to smell it, you just want to smell more and more, isn't it? Yeah, the
Yes, sir.
same. Same like when, what is it happen? You know this musk deer. The musk deer is always smelling. Oh, where is this smell coming from? The musk smell is so special. It want to smell again and again. Yeah, of course, the deer doesn't know that this musk smell is actually coming from the, what do you call this? Horn, huh? What do you call this? Horns of this deer. So similarly, so the senses, all the senses are ever eager to appreciate the best it can. So the best smell, the best visuals that one can get. So in that way. So all the people were, they forget everything because Krishna is the object of pleasure. That they are seeking pleasure from seeing Krishna, smelling, or all these things. He didn't change his form. Yeah, maybe that is short answer.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, sometimes we can see this is a poetic way of throwing details what would have happened. Otherwise, the story would be just very simple, right? Story would be very simple. Krishna has killed Kuvalai Pida, and then Chanur comes, challenges, and he kills. No, but there is so much. mm, Yeah, I really appreciated when we were reading Prabhupada Leelamrit, where Satsaswarup Goswami Maharaj, he details so many things that if those weren't there, we wouldn't appreciate all the rasa that is in. That's why I appreciate the title is given Prabhupada Leela Amrita. So this Amrit is coming when these details are shared. Yeah, as males, maybe we may not have so much feelings. Yeah, we may not appreciate all this, but yeah, Rasikas, as we develop the taste for this devotion to appreciate the greatness of the Lord, we also appreciate these details. Just like when in childhood, when we saw Mahabharata, for us, we are only eager when the Pandavas and Kauravas will fight, right? Yeah, but now we appreciate the rasa, how Krishna is dealing with everyone, how Abhimanyu is dealing. So many things which are actually so many live lessons that are there by their behavior. That's what we start appreciating because we have the taste, rasa, and then we are rasa swadhana. We are appreciating that rasa, and then we are very fortunate, such great rasikas. Sukadev Goswami himself is um, best of rasas. He is able to present this for us. Yeah, nothing is atishayakti. Everything is really happened. It's not like okay, yeah, no. Did the poets have created something for making it quite an exciting work? No, no, not at all. Even even when it comes to the Lord, yeah, no one can glorify um, in words the greatness of the Lord because Lord is beyond expression, beyond the words. So whatever we are seeing here still is not still the best glorification yet.
Yes, sir. Mm,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anil Kumar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Nice. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for the opportunity, Prabhuji. So it was nice to listen and hear to Krishna's what all things he has done in Bhagavatam. First time I'm listening to the Bhagavatam stories, Prabhu.
Oh, that to 10th canto, you're very blessed. That too in Karthik month, double blessed. So
Yes,
nice.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for joining.
Thanks for this opportunity also, Prabhuji. And
Thank
for
you.
your time.
No, thank you very much. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we are good to close.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you very much. And anyway, Anil Prabhu, every day we are having this Bhagavatam,
Mm-hmm.
evening 8:30 to 9. I
Okay.
don't have your number. Is Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu or who can give you a number?
Gaurav Bhagwan Prabhu is not there today.
Yeah, but or you can drop your number here so
Sure,
that we
sure.
can clear the details because every day In Karthik month, Monday to Friday, we are having Bhagavatam 8:30 to 9 in the evening.
Evening. Okay.
Morning is difficult, so evening.
True, Prabhu.
So if you are having time,
Sure, Prabhu.
most welcome.
Sure. I'll share my number. Let's see if we can join.
Yes. Okay. Okay, then thank you so much. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, जय गौर प्रेमानंदी।